Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to an exciting Easter edition of Tie Time with Ryan. I'm Ryan, and as always, we're bringing you the episode with 90% nonsense and 10% tie. Fists optional. Today's episode is featuring the Tulip Knot. The Tulip Knot. You know, honestly, for whatever reason, the Tulip Knot reminds me of the time that I met Macho Man Randy Savage. The Macho Man Randy Savage. This is a true story, by the way. In Walmart, of all places, I met Macho Man Randy Savage. I was just, perusing the aisles, getting the normal things that you do, linens and beef jerky, the necessities, and I looked down at the end of the aisle from where I was, and there he is. The Macho Man Randy Savage. Well, what do? Well, I can't just walk up to him and say, "Hey, I'm Ryan," because who the is Ryan? Might get an elbow to the face or something, if I'm lucky, from the Macho Man Randy Savage. So what did I do? Well, I skirted into the other aisle to do a little bit of recon. Some low-grade stalking, if you will. And it actually turned out to be the perfect aisle to go into, because as soon as I got into the aisle, I found myself right behind a tall, overweight German woman wearing leopard pants and an updo. I don't know, she looked like a out-of-work linebacker. Or maybe she did shot put in the Olympics. I don't know. I don't follow shot put. Who has time to follow shot put? I don't have time to put pants on in the morning sometimes. Who has time to follow shot put? So anyway, it actually turned out to be the perfect aisle to be in, because it was that weird hat aisle. You know, the one that no one in their right mind goes down, because none of those hats are anything that anyone ever wants to buy. So I picked up the safari hat next to me. So we got the leopard pants. I got my safari hat on, and I'm stalking my prey, as it were. And so I'm peeking over the aisle to see what Macho Man Randy Savage is buying, because that's question number one. Obviously, what is the man buying? And it's 100% juice. Not only am I 100% sure that he was buying juice, but the juice that he was buying is 100% made with juice. Real juice. I went back and checked. It's the details. It's all about the details. These things are important. Wow. I am getting way off track here. I apologize for all of that. Let's get back to ties. Let's get back to tie knots. So this is the Tulip Knot. It's a very festive knot. In honor of springtime and Easter, I decided to go with the Tulip Knot with a pastel colored tie. This tie works really well with a monochromatic tie of lavender or pink, because it really brings out the idea that it's a tulip, and it kind of looks like a tulip a little bit, which is pretty. I'm sorry, I can't concentrate. I need to talk to you about Macho Man Randy Savage. So I'm peeking over the aisle, trying to figure out what's going on, and I said, forget it. I'm not going to be able to do any more good recon. I just got to go for it. So I come around the aisle, and I walk right up to him. I walk right up to him, Macho Man Randy Savage, and I look at him, and he looks at me. I look into his eyes. Our eyes are looking. He's obviously looking at me. Definitely a connection is made. And I say, oh my God, Macho Man Randy Savage, I am a huge, huge fan. I will not do anything so cliche as to ask for an autograph from you, sir, but if you could just body slam me in the middle of this aisle, that would be just make my day. That would just be fantastic. I am a huge fan. I've seen all of your shows and all of the past WWF stuff from a long time ago. And I ramble. I started rambling on a little bit, and he goes, "Son, I'm going to stop you right there." And I was like, oh. And he goes, "Look at me and listen to what I have to say. I am not Macho Man Randy Savage. My name is Jared. And if you keep talking to me, I am going to call the police." Right. I know. Because that's exactly what Macho Man Randy Savage would say in that situation. So I kept at it, obviously. And the cops were called. Yeah, that's actually how that ends. Ranking time. So where does the Tulip Knot stack up on our list? As I'm putting on this tie, I was able to get it in the first try, so there's points for that. It was pretty easy to assemble. I like the appearance of the knot. I think it's fancy and festive. And I'm feeling in the Easter mood, which is going to give it bonus points just because it's Easter. You do have to have a very particular colored tie though, so multicolored ties probably aren't going to work with this knot. It also has the little thing the short end goes in the top here. Again, I don't really love ties like that, but I am feeling generous. I am feeling festive, so it is going to knock out the Merovingian into the number 3 spot. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for stopping in. You stay classy. So if you enjoyed the episode today, give that like button a little tap. And if you're feeling crazy, hit subscribe. As always, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the show, whether you liked it, whether you didn't. Put all that in the comments section below. And finally, Tie Nation, big announcement today. Tie Time has an official sponsor. So, next episode, tune in. We're going to reveal the sponsor. We're going to be giving away merchandise. We're going to have cash prizes. It's going to be a little bit of a party. We're going to do some on-camera interviews with some of the people in the background that make Tie Time possible. So, tune in next week for all of that. We're going to be doing massive giveaways. It's going to be fantastic. The police had to escort me out of the Walmart. I never did get those linens or the beef jerky. I was contemplating getting milk that day too. I didn't get any, so cereal was dry. So yeah, today is not only Easter, but it's also April Fool's Day. April the 1st, 2018, Anno Domini, which means in the year of our Lord, if you didn't know that. I think it's Latin. It's gotta be Latin, right? It's probably Latin. Yeah, so I was doing some research on April Fool's Day. It turns out that nobody really knows how it started. Like, how do you not know? You're historians. This is what you do for a living. You should probably know this. I mean, one article talked about the possibility that it started in France in the 1500s, because in 1582, France switched over from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, as was decided by the Council of Trent in 1563. But question, so 1563 was this council, and they were like, we are going to switch over to the Gregorian calendar from the Julian